Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this episode of Countries in 100 Seconds, we're going to talk about Azerbaijan. So if you've ever wanted to learn about the history of Azerbaijan in just 100 seconds, then stick around. Here we go. Azerbaijan is a country in the Caucasus region of Eurasia between the Caspian Sea and the Greater Caucasus Mountains. For centuries, it was part of the Middle East's rich trade network. The ancient city of Baku on the Caspian Sea was a major producer of oil as early as the 8th century. Today, Azerbaijan is known for its stunning natural beauty with snow-capped mountains, lush green valleys, and sparkling lakes. But it's also a land of contrasts. The country has experienced centuries of nomadic life on the steppes, as well as periods of intense urban development. Azerbaijan gained independence from the Russian Empire in 1918, but it was quickly invaded by the Soviet Union and became a Soviet Socialist Republic in 1920. After World War II, it was restored as a republic within the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991, when it became independent once again. Azerbaijan has since emerged as a modern, rapidly developing nation with a dynamic economy and a thriving cultural scene. But let's dive deeper into Azerbaijan's fascinating past. From its origins as a crossroads of cultures to its role in the Soviet Union and beyond. The earliest inhabitants of the Azerbaijan region were likely nomadic tribes from Central Asia, who settled in the area around the 5th century BC. Over the centuries, various nomadic groups, including the Alans, the Khazars, and the Turkic Agaz Confederation, would leave their mark on the region. One of the most significant events in Azerbaijan, as history occurred in 1236 when the Mongol army led by Hulagu Khan invaded and conquered the area. However, the Mongols did not stay long, as they were soon replaced by the Iranian Safavid dynasty in the 16th century. The Safavids were a Shia Muslim dynasty that ruled over a vast empire stretching from Eastern Europe to the Middle East. They were known for their patronage of art and architecture and for introducing the concept of zero to the Western world. During the late 19th century, the Russian Empire expanded its territory into the Caucasus region and began to exert control over Azerbaijan. By the early 20th century, the area had become part of the Russian Empire and was known as the Azerbaijan Governorate. In 1917, during the Russian Revolution, the Governorate declared its independence as the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic. However, the following year, it was invaded by the Bolsheviks and became the Azerbaijan Soviet Socialist Republic. In 1920, the new Soviet government implemented policies aimed at modernizing and industrializing the country. This included the introduction of a new alphabet based on the Latin script, as well as the establishment of universities, hospitals, and other public institutions. The Soviets also encouraged the development of heavy industry, including oil production, which played a crucial role in the Soviet Union's war effort during World War II. During the war, many Azerbaijanis served in the Red Army, and the country suffered greatly from the German invasion. However, after the war, Azerbaijan was able to rebuild and began to experience a period of economic growth. In the 1950s, the Soviet government implemented policies aimed at collectivizing agriculture and promoting industrialization. This led to the creation of large-scale farms and factories, as well as the growth of cities such as Baku. The country also experienced a surge in population growth during this time due to high birth rates and the influx of migrants from other parts of the Soviet Union. However, as the Soviet Union began to disintegrate in the late 1980s, Azerbaijanis began to call for greater autonomy and eventually independence. In 1989, the first multi-party elections were held in Azerbaijan, marking a significant shift away from the Soviet system. On October 18, 1991, the Supreme Council of Azerbaijan proclaimed the country's independence from the Soviet Union. The following day, The parliament adopted a resolution establishing a sovereign democratic republic. The newly independent Azerbaijan faced numerous challenges, including territorial conflicts with Armenia and the threat of religious extremism. The first president of Azerbaijan, Abulfaz Elchibey, worked to establish a balance between secularism and Islamic values, as well as to maintain good relations with both Russia and the West. In 1993, the conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan over the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh escalated into a full-blown war. The war resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people and had a devastating impact on the economies of both countries. Despite international calls for a ceasefire, the fighting continued until 1994. Eventually, a fragile peace agreement was reached in 1995, but the situation remained tense. In the meantime, Heydar Aliyev came to power in 1993, and he ruled as an authoritarian leader until his death in 2003. Under his leadership, Azerbaijan experienced significant economic growth due to its oil and gas revenues. However, his regime was criticized for its human rights abuses and corruption. After Heydar Aliyev's death, his son Ilham Aliyev succeeded him as president. In recent years, Azerbaijan has continued to develop its economy and improve its infrastructure. However, the country remains highly dependent on oil and gas revenues, and its political system is still characterized by authoritarianism and corruption. Despite these challenges, Azerbaijan has made some progress in promoting democracy and civil society. In 2013, the country's parliament adopted a series of constitutional amendments that introduced some important reforms. These included limits on presidential term limits, as well as the introduction of direct elections for local officials. Additionally, Azerbaijan has hosted several international sporting events, including the 2015 European Games, which showcased the country's modern infrastructure and its commitment to international cooperation. In 2020, Azerbaijan engaged in a 44-day war with Armenia over the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh. The war resulted in a decisive victory for Azerbaijan, which recaptured significant portions of the region. The war was notable for the use of advanced military technologies, including drones and artificial intelligence. It also highlighted the growing tensions between Armenia and Turkey, with Turkey supporting Azerbaijan and Russia supporting Armenia. The outcome of the war has raised questions about the future of the region and the role of external powers in the conflict. And there you have it, a brief overview of the history of Azerbaijan. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please be sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.